Does your child, how does sodium connect to chlorine or chlorine connect to sodium? Does your child know? Guys, very simple. We have to understand this topic from the chemistry. Guys, this is sodium, you know, all is actually metal, you know. This is metal and chlorine, this is non-metal. So, the two words we have to remember. One is cation, another one is anion. Guys, this is metal. It will give electron, and by giving an electron, it will become positive charge. Okay, positive charged ion. Okay, it has given minus one electron, and it has become sodium positive ion, that is cation. Okay, and chlorine actually, from this we may write down minus E becomes sodium positive. Okay, this is cation. And chlorine, you know, this chlorine will take electron, one electron take, and it will become chlorine ion. This is chlorine. Okay, that means it is cation. Okay, and it is an ion. Okay, so we have to understand cation means electron release, and anion means electron will be added to non-metal. Okay, anion normally non-metal, and cation actually metal. Okay, from metal we'll get cathode, cation, and from non-metal we'll get anion. Okay, guys, this to what we have to understand. We have to remember for making this sodium chloride bond. And do you know what's the type of this compound bond? Could you anybody tell me? Could you anybody tell me? It's actually, what's the name? Anyway, we wanna solve this, and we wanna do this step by step. Then we can understand actually is it's actually ionic bond. Okay, because sodium is giving electron, and chlorine is taking electron and becomes anion, and sodium becomes cation. Guys, this is very simple calculation. We'll understand, and this line we have to remember. Okay, we have to remember this line. Moreover, we have to remember a figure. This is like this. Okay, this is sodium, two electron, and two electron, two electron, two electron, and that means second orbit 8 electron, guys. And finally sodium 1 electron. Okay, and chlorine, do you know the electronic configuration of chlorine by shape and size? Chlorine, 2 electron, and second orbit 8 electron. Okay, 8 electron. And finally the outer shell of chlorine, 7 electron. Okay, 4 electron, electron, 7 electron, guys. In the outer shell of chlorine, 7 electron, and in the outer shell of the sodium, 1 electron. That's why we have to calculate from this number of electron. How we can calculate this, guys? There is two words, octet and duet. For making a compound, we have to take, or we have to honor of 8 electron in the outer shell or 2 electron in the outer shell. For combining an electron configuration, ionic bond, actually we need here octet bond. Guys, look here, outer shell, 7 electron in the chlorine, and 1 electron in the outer shell of the sodium. That's why you can say very simply sodium will provide. and chlorine will take 1 because we have to complete the octet rule. Octet means 8 number of electron in the outer cell. Guys, if sodium here gives on electron to the chlorine, chlorine will get 8 electron in the outer shell, and sodium will get 8 electron in the last outer shell, because it has one has been given to the chlorine. That's why second shell is honor of 8 electron. So in conclusion, we can say sodium is sodium has flowed the octet rule and chlorine has flowed the octet rule. That's why they will be inert gas, inert element. Okay, guys, very simple here. Try to understand. Here, one electron will come in the outer shell of the chlorine. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is the 8, and then we get sodium chloride. This is the way of saying or describing the sodium bond. Sodium bond is an ionic bond. What do you mean by an ionic bond? An ionic bond is a type of chemical bond formed by transfer of one or more electrons from a metal atom, which forms a positively charged ion, to a non-metal atom which forms a negatively charged ion. Guys, here ionic bond is a type of chemical bond. It's a type of chemical bond, okay, formed by the transfer of one or more electrons. Guys, here we have taken the example sodium chloride. Okay, sodium chloride, here sodium is given on electron to chlorine, okay, and from a metal atom which forms a positive charge, and giving one electron, sodium has formed positive ion, that is cation. Guys, here which forms a positive antinomial and which forms a negatively charged ion. Guys, negatively charged ion, here chlorine has taken one electron from sodium. That's why it has made a negative ion, that is anion. Okay, and resulting positively charged ions are held together by strong electrostatic force of attraction. Resulting oppositely charged ions are held together. Okay, here we have to understand something. What we'll remember here, try to understand resulting oppositely charged ions. Here sodium is positive charged and chlorine is negative charged. Okay, they are held together by strong electrostatic force of attraction. Guys, in short, we will say what is ionic bond. If a question asks us what is ionic bond, then I will say an ionic bond, or its another name, electrovalent bond, is a type of chemical bond formed by the transfer. Here, on electron is transfer of on. Here, sodium is given on. If we consider another compound, then we could see 2 or 3 electron move. Okay, more electron from a metal atom. Sodium is metal, which forms a positively charged. Here, giving on electron, it formed positively charged, and to a non-metal, actually chlorine here, non-metal, one electron is providing to the chlorine. Okay, non-metal atom forms negatively charged ion. Guys, this is the total description, and here sodium chloride. This is sodium chloride, guys. Sodium positive ion, chlorine negative ion. Then they form a bond, which name is sodium chloride. It's a compound, guys. Here we have to understand at the point. Here the valency of sodium is 1 and chlorine valency is 1. That means if you wanna understand the rule of compound making, then we can say we are 1 1, cancel each other, 1 1. Guys, this is sodium chloride, and it has formed by ionic or electrovalent bond. And there are some features of ionic bond, which are those actually electron transfer in ionic bond. Again, is in ionic bond, electron transfer from metal. Okay, from metal, electron transfer. Okay, and cation anion will be created. Metals form positive ion. Metal form positive ion, that is cation, and non-metal form negative ions, that is anion. And we have to understand here electrostatic attraction. You know from the physics, oppositely charged ion attract strongly. Here, sodium is positive charged and chlorine is negative charged. Since they are positive, negative, opposite charged base, that's why they will make a bond strongly. Okay, and here octet rule, guys. Here in this ionic bond, we have to understand another word, that is octet rule. Both ions achieve a stable electronic configuration, usually 8 electrons in outermost shell. Guys, here look at this picture. You could see electron, by taking one electron, it will fulfill outer shell 8 electron. Guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One has come from electron. Okay, 8, and this is called octet rule. And guys, since sodium has given on, that's why uh, second shell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Guys, sodium has achieved octet rule, and chlorine has achieved octet rule by taking one electron. And crystal lattice, actually ionic compounds form a giant lattice structure with high melting and boiling points. Guys, this sodium chloride has high boiling and melting points. That means if you are on a melt sodium chloride, you have to keep a lot of heat. Okay, and if you want to boil sodium chloride, we have to give high temperature. Properties of ionic compound. Here, one point we have to understand, properties of ionic compound. This is the ionic compound, which name is sodium chloride. It has some properties. Which are those? Actually, solid at room temperature. Guys, you know, at room temperature, this is solid. Okay, sodium chloride. Yeah, you know, actually, when you eat rice, that you use sodium chloride. So that is actually solid at room temperature. Hard but brittle. Here, sodium chloride very hard, but if you just heat by something, it will brittle. High melting and boiling points. Guys, just now I've said sodium chloride high melting point, high boiling points. And guys, another point we have to understand, very important, conduct electricity. Here, sodium chloride conduct electricity. When does sodium chloride conduct electricity? When molten or in aqueous solution, but not in solid state. Guys, in solid state, sodium chloride doesn't conduct electricity, but in aqueous state, or if we melt this sodium chloride, then it will conduct electricity. Okay, guys, this is the actually features, properties. Solid at room temperature, high, hard but brittle, high melting and boiling points, conduct electricity when molten or in aqueous solution, but not in solid state. Guys, here we could give a lot of examples. Just now I've given sodium chloride on example for ionic compound. There are a lot of example. Magnesium oxide, okay, sorry, magnesium oxide, and another one is calcium chloride. Calcium chloride, okay. this these are also ionic bond. We can actually describe such way. Okay, here magnesium is metal, oxygen is non-metal, here calcium is metal, chlorine is non-metal. We have to know the electronic configuration and number of electron of each metal. Guys, this is the all description about sodium chloride. If you want to say in short, we could say actually sodium is metal and chlorine is non-metal. Sodium will provide one electron, it will become cation, and chlorine will take one electron from the sodium, it will become anion, and this cation anion will make bond for electrostatic force, okay, and then we'll get sodium. In the meantime, chlorine will maintain octet rule, sodium will maintain the octet rule. That means inert gas state. Sodium will get and chlorine will get. Okay, guys, this is one step, this pictorial step, and theoretical step octet rule, and cation anion rule, and theoretical state also sodium valency 1, chlorine valency 1. They have made sodium chloride compound. And guys, and that's all today. Thanks a lot. Assalamu alaikum.